in a second.
Sounds good to me.
Hello and welcome to the Wes-Del Sports Network. We're here tonight for a special night, and we're going to talk a whole lot about that as the game goes on tonight. But it is Blackout Cancer Night tonight, and a special night for all of us, but especially our Wes-Del Warrior family, as we help support Coach Van Meter, Brandon Van Meter, who is battling cancer right now, and he's at some point going to come up and join us here in the booth. But that's why you will see a little bit of difference. You've got Cowan in their pink shirts and Wes-Del in a lot of purple out here supporting Coach Van Meter. So we're happy to be here. As always, I'm joined by head coach and Hall of Famer Biff Wilson.
Hey.
And we are excited to talk about this game and all things MEC volleyball. We're going to do that. But first, I had a chance to sit down this week with head coach Kayla Stanley to talk a little bit about things past in volleyball, a couple of the games that we've already played, and to talk about tonight's matchup versus Cowan. So let's take just a moment here to watch the short interview I was able to do with head coach Kayla Stanley.
Welcome to the Wes-Del Sports Network Coaches Show. Here's your host, John McLaughlin.
Hello and welcome to the Coaches Show. I'm Coach McLaughlin here again with Coach Stanley. Coach, a busy week for the volleyball girls this week, coming off of the 16th annual Kay Saunders Classic this past weekend, and then a nice win earlier this week against Blue River, an MEC opponent. We're just continue to roll with those MEC games. I thought the girls showed a lot of resolve and played really well in the win against Blue River, and I know that was an important win because not only was it at home, but a conference win for you guys. So talk a little bit about the last couple of days for volleyball.
Yeah, so Monday night we got a nice win, and it was actually what we've been talking about for the past week and a half was finishing. And Shenandoah, we couldn't necessarily finish how I wanted to. We had a lot of good runs, but we couldn't quite finish over the weekend. In Kay Saunders, we fought back, but again, in some of those matches that I believe we could have won, I felt like the other teams showed that tenacity and that will to win a little bit more than we did. So it was really nice to see the girls fight back. We kind of sailed through that first game, and I think the girls got a little complacent in that second game and kind of got on their heels a little bit. And so I was really excited for them in that third match when they fought back and they won from being from behind. So I love to see that, especially with our roster being such freshman and sophomore heavy. Yeah. I just love seeing the growth of the girls, and really what we've been talking about is we're seeing it through.
Yeah, and that's the joys and the detriment sometimes of coaching young teams and coaching freshmen. You see that, and you see great spark, and then sometimes you'll see mistakes that are freshman mistakes, but sometimes can steamroll a little bit. And volleyball is such a game. We talk about it a lot. Coach Wilson and I talk about such a game of momentum. Mm-hmm. And even within a set, you can see the ebb and flow of a momentum go back and forth. So I thought you did a nice job in the Blue River game of using some of those timeouts to just calm down the young girls and the freshmen and get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, we really talked about our game a lot last night because at the end of the day, it is our mistakes and what we're doing on the court that is going to affect the score of the game, especially in an even match like Blue River and tonight with Cowan. It's really about us and about how we can impact the momentum, how we can do some things when even we're from behind, really having that mindset of, okay, calm down. go back to the basics and really be fundamentally locked in of what do we need to do here. And I thought the girls did a really good job of doing that. And we talked about that a lot last night, about moving our feet to the ball and where to tip. And then again, just being a team on the court. So, and I think our girls do a really great job of that. In the first place, of being a team on the court. They are constantly encouraging each other. They are constantly, our girls is number one cheerleaders, but also they hold each other accountable on the court. I think the best teams are the best coaches. The best players are the best coaches, and really letting the girls know and holding each other accountable is where we're going to make the most strides on the court and where we're going to get better.
Yeah, your practice time is the time for coaches, is what I always used to try to get across. That's my time. When it comes to game, that's your time, and you have to perform and then put it all together. And sometimes we don't have enough timeouts to use to help them through all the situations, and you have to just figure it out. I watched a couple of times where you probably wanted to call a timeout, but it was almost like we have to figure this out at some point. We have to be able to play through some of this. And I thought they did. They still would look over to you like, are you going to call a timeout? But you didn't, and let them work it out. And in a few of those instances, they got the point, and I think they shows growth and makes them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, we've also talked about that a lot. Some of those, especially those younger girls, are almost every point looking at me, and I'm trying to get them out of that habit of just focus on the game in front of you. Don't focus on what you think I'm going to say to you or what you think that I need you to do, because at the end of the day, we've practiced what they need to do. They know what they need to do. They just need to have the confidence to do it.
Yeah, and turnovers, mistakes, whatever sport you want to talk about are a part of the game. So you just have to have the mental toughness to be able to move on. And moving on is what we're going to do, right to the Cowan game, which is such an exciting night for our volleyball program. It is the Blackout Cancer, or the Cancer Night, or whatever different theme you want to call it. But it is a special night. Our friends from Cowan, who are county rivals and MEC opponent also, so it just adds that much more to the game. But talk a little bit about what's going on with the Blackout Cancer Night.
Yeah. So we've paired with Cowan before. We started back in 2022, I believe, with them for this night. We're getting back to that tradition of splitting time with them and always having our Blackout Cancer nights together. So I'm really excited, but tonight we have a special night because as most of our Warrior families know, Coach Van Meter is battling with cancer right now, and so all proceeds will go to him tonight. We'll have some raffles. There's an online donation portal as well as an in-person donation portal. So it's a great cause, and I know that our Warrior family is behind us. Is there anything else you want to add?
Well, I just was going to say it's special for you guys to do that. It's always a fun night anyway to kind of pair with another school and just come together for a great cause. Even more important that, like you said, that it is going to one of our own Warriors here, and the fact that all these girls, are impacted by his leadership in the weight room, either before practice or the summer or whatever, just makes it that much more of a special night. So I know that it's a big night for volleyball to go out and get that win too, but it's going to be a night where we can all kind of come together for a certain cause too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So looking forward to that, Coach. We're going to root you on for a victory there at Cowan. And then it'll probably just keep on rolling from there. We've got another tournament coming up, I'm guessing? Probably?
Not this weekend. We actually have the weekend off, so that's nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Next week we'll be back at it, and then next weekend we'll go to Eastbrook to the Invitational on the 20th.
And that's a new one. We'll get a chance to talk about that next week on the Coaches Show. So good luck against Cowan, and let's bring home a victory.
Thank you.
was the sit down with head coach Kayla Stanley. A lot of good information there. Always good to sit down with Coach, and as you can see, she's very positive, even through some tougher times. But coming off a nice win there against Blue River, that'll help make you feel a little bit better as a coach. So, as we mentioned earlier, tonight is Blackout Cancer Night, and it is against our MEC foe and good friends from down the road, Cowan, the Cowan Blackhawks. Coach, I know you've dug into the statistics a little bit. Tell us a little bit about Wes-Del and Cowan and how this matchup might be favored either one way or the other, or is it a pretty evenly matched matchup tonight?
You know, I love those numbers, and I love looking at numbers. I was that guy that went over box scores and the stats, but of course we got two teams here that we have a long history of playing each other, big time rivalry. Sometimes we're at the top of the game, sometimes we're not, but we always enjoy playing Cowan. Head coach, of course, of Cowan, Amber Huber, in her 5th year, and our head coach, of course, Kayla Stanley, in her 1st. Season records are very comparable. Now, we haven't played very many of the same people, but Cowan comes in at 4-7, just 1-1 in the MEC versus our entire schedule, which has pretty much been MEC so far. But 1-1 puts them in 6th place. They do have a 1-match winning streak, and that was a conference match last week versus Monroe Central. On the other hand, with the Warriors, we are 3-7 on the year, 2-4 in the MEC. So we're just right behind Cowan in 7th place, and we do come in on a 2-match winning streak. Of course, beating Marion in the crossover match of last weekend's Kay Saunders Classic. And then Monday night's win, another conference win versus the Blue River Valley Vikings. We look a lot the same, to be honest with you, statistically. Now, one thing Cowan does do is they do spread the ball around a little bit more than what we do. So what you're going to see out on the floor, number one, their setter, Demi Abbott, she's a lefty, and that's one of those things that coaches watch and coaches notice, because the entire attack spectrum for a left-handed setter is different than a right-handed setter. It makes them much more dangerous, but she is their setter. You're going to see most of the offense, or much of the offense, coming from junior Savannah Hall, number 5 on the floor, as well as freshman Gabby Webb. She'll be wearing number 10. They're going to get a little over half the sets, more than likely, if things are going the way Cowan wants them to go. But don't count out sophomore Kaylin Jett and senior Miley Williams. They're going to get their fair share of sets as well. But from a percentage-wise, when it comes to putting the ball on the floor, by and far, number 5, again, junior Savannah Hall, is more successful than the rest of the hitters. She also leads them in digs per game with 3.1, and is really the player that they look to really carry them through a lot of the tougher points in a match. Scoring-wise, when we look at a per-game scoring or per-set scoring average, Cowan tends to be a little stronger at the first part of the match and just lighten up just a little bit. And again, they have played a 5-set match. Wes-Del, we haven't, but we did see that set 1 average score go from 10 points a set to 13 points a set. Still not a huge number, but it shows quite a bit of improvement. We saw that Monday night, I think, versus Blue River. We've only had one common opponent, and that's Daleville. Both teams lost to Daleville. Cowan did take a set off of them, so lost 3-1, and we lost 3-0. So real comparable teams. Now, if you really want to get deeper into the numbers, we can look at some rankings. And both Max Preps and Indiana Prep Volleyball use their own proprietary algorithms to compare these teams. And here's how they match up. As far as a ranking goes, Max Preps ranks the Cowan Blackhawks at number 272 statewide. That's 272 out of 399, with the Warriors behind them at 308. But in 1A, Cowan would be ranked 51st out of 103 teams, and Wes-Del would be ranked 61st. But the numbers I like to look at, the Indiana Prep Volleyball Z ratings. Now, what Z ratings do is, again, they bring in their own proprietary algorithm and they give you a number for a comparison as a result of that algorithm. And here's what those numbers are. For Cowan, it's 18.14, and for Wes-Del, it's 17.6. Now what that means is there's about a half a point difference per set between these teams, which really means they're pretty even. It's a long way of saying they're even, but if you're a numbers junkie like I am, that's what that means. Now offensively, for Wes-Del, nothing's changed. We're going to look to sort of the trio of Aubrey Antrim, Taylor Freeman, and Joy Toney when we're looking at who we want to score points, who we need to score points. We have a strong serving team. Like to see our ace to error ratio get a little bit higher. So more aces, a few less errors. That's one place that Cowan has an advantage. They have about a 2-to-1 service ace to service error ratio. They also are digging about 2.5 more balls per set than we are. But again, hard to judge based on common opponents because we've only had one. I'm looking at a really fairly even matchup tonight. I think it's going to be who comes out strong, who passes the ball better, who really gets on that serve and stays aggressive. And, you know, we do have a home court advantage. We're building a really nice crowd here. We've got a great student section over there across the way. We've got a purpose in playing that's even outside the team tonight. So hopefully they all feel inspired to bring their AAA game to the court tonight. So those are the numbers.
Well, and as you were going through those, I think what it kind of all boils down to is pretty similar.
Yeah.
And so we're going to see a competitive game that could go either way. You want to, just like any other sport, limit those self-inflicted turnovers, the errors that may happen that, give the easy side out to the other team, and some of those things that you want to try to eliminate if you're a coach and as a team. And like you said also, I think the energy in the gym is pretty high tonight. You can't really see due to the camera angle the side that the benches are on, but there are a lot of people here on this side, and it's a great turnout here on Coaches versus Cancer or Blackout Cancer night. And so I think it's going to be a fun matchup. I think it's going to be a competitive game. It usually is when Cowan and Wes-Del get together, so I don't expect this to be any different tonight.
And we got the master scroll there from the executive producer.
We did, and we are going to take just a short break here as we head it down to the court, as we're going to get a live rendition of the national anthem tonight, and then starting lineups. Looks like it's the high school choir tonight under the direction of Miss Emily Love, who will be singing our national anthem. And they always do a great job. So enjoy this national anthem. We'll leave it to the voice of the Warriors, at least for volleyball, Brian Lake, and he will give us our starting lineups to follow. And there you have it. Starting lineups. Wes-Del versus Cowan. The beautiful rendition there by the high school choir, Wes-Del High School Choir.
You know, I'd point out, too, for those that were watching, during the national anthem, you saw what might have looked like a reflection from across the court. Head coach Amber Huber of Cowan is wearing a sash that does light up in celebration of her birthday tonight. I do know that if you like that sash, they are available at Walmart South, from what I understand. So
my guess is that was probably a player thing that they brought to her here and said,
assistant coach, actually.
Assistant coach.
Assistant coach,
there you go.
I was talking to her before the match as they were trying to get it to light up, and they finally did. I don't think she knows how to turn it off now. Nor should she. It's a birthday.
Well, we're just about to start here. Lineup checks here by down official Robert Todd. And Cowan will get the serve first, and it'll be the libero Taylor Young, senior, back to serve. Get this game underway here in MEC matchup, Cowan versus Wes-Del. And that one finds the floor, pushed a little bit too far, but able to stay with it is Aubrey Antrim, and she's able to put that one away.
Coach Stanley did share with me today in a conversation that they were looking to utilize that tip maybe a little more often tonight because she had noticed that Cowan really plays a spread out type of defense, and so hopefully they're going to be able to place some balls very accurately off that high reach.
There you go, some inside information. Wes-Del off to a nice start. That one hit just out of bounds.
Now, I don't know if she thought I was going to broadcast that worldwide.
Well, that's okay. I think it's all right now. I doubt if anybody there will relay that to her.
We have 17 people watching, so
keep it to yourself, folks.
That's right.
2-1 after that serve out of bounds by Presley Durr. And that one will find the floor. And we're back tied.
I think Presley sometimes is a Babe Ruth type of server back there. A home run or not. You're going to get one or the other.
And that one finds the floor again. So after trailing 2-0, Cowan scores the next three in a row to take a 3-2 lead early in this first set. And that one's long, but played by Joy Tony, and so Cowan will continue their run of 4 in a row. That one's going to go short and too short. And just what Wes-Del needs, a side out. That'll take Joy Tony back to serve. Love to see Joy keep playing like she has been the last few games. You can see the growth.
Absolutely. You can see the confidence coming.
Yes.
And with a jump server, you just hope they get that first one in because that really helps their confidence.
Yes, and rhythm and confidence. And there's that tip. And right back at you, says Cowan. Cowan gets the side out and a 5-3 lead. And they graciously give it right back to the Warriors. That'll take Aubrey Antrim back to serve. Point on the overpass by Cowan, and Aubrey will get a second chance.
And we're going through our strong servers, and you really want to make sure you're scoring points here. rather than just maybe a side out and a point. Easier said than done, but easy to say from up here too.
Off the block, Cowan plays. And that one finds the student section off of Aubrey Antrim, and that'll be a side out to Cowan. Taylor Freeman, that is just out. That was close, just out.
That was close, just didn't get down. Good swing, though, good rotation on the ball.
Demi Abbott back to serve. And that's long, and that'll be out. So several service errors by both teams in this first set here.
She's going to be a dangerous server tonight.
They'll bring one freshman to another. And Layla Carmichael will come in and serve for Wes-Del. She gets it in. And that's out of bounds, and that'll be a point. So now Wes-Del able to fight back and take the lead. And another, there's an ace for Layla.
Second service ace of the night already for the Warriors.
That one played to the back row this time. Cowan keeps it alive, puts it over on three. Taylor hits and no tip called. I think he calls the up judge, or the up ref. What do you call that? Am I right? Up?
Up or
Just up.
R1.
Okay.
R1
Calls
versus
the tip.
R2 is down.
All right, calls the tip, and probably the right call, looked like. Another nice serve. Could be a chance for Tori Ward, and now Cowan on the attack. And that time it hits the floor as Joy Tony not able to handle it in the back row.
She went the wrong way with that. She jumped to play it instead of moving down to play it, and sometimes you get an athlete back there and they're not quite sure which direction to go. It was an athletic play, just not quite the right one. Really nice swing there. You know, going back to that call by the R1, it was kind of delayed because he looks to be someone who's very deliberate. So he's checking with his line judges, are one of you going to call the touch before I do?
Right. And no one did.
No one did, so he did.
Over three. Here comes Wes-Del on the attack, and over on two. And that falls and finds the floor. So the little dump pass over by Presley. Durr gets the point.
I do know that's something they've been working on in practice as well. I mean, Presley's crafty enough as it is, and getting her to take advantage of that.
That was first long. That one just mishit a little bit by.
Caught a flyer. She got in a little bit faster than the ball came down, if you want to put it that way, and it was a little bit behind her head when she hit.
Oh, Cowan has been very generous this first set here, giving several service errors to Wes-Del.
It's either 3 or 4 for them, yeah.
Take Kainu back to serve for Wes-Del. Cowan on the attack, and that's long and no touch. Well, timeout called by Cowan. We'll stay here with you through the timeout. This is one of those timeouts where Cowan, I think, just probably is trying to refocus. They're not playing their best volleyball and making some mental errors. And sometimes as a coach, just want to slow down or restart, like you said a few times. It's more of a reset or restart this. You know, let's come out and get the next point.
And I always love these timeouts as as the player or the coach who didn't call it, but you're sitting there with a 4-point lead, and you've seen some things on your side of the net too that you think, I want to correct these, but I don't want to stop our momentum to do it. But if the other team calls timeout, okay, now we can take care of a little housekeeping here and reset ourselves and go back and push forward. So then when we come out of the timeout, is that what we do? And keeping them out of double digits as long as we can is to our advantage, because when they're in single digits, the lead just looks that much bigger.
It does, doesn't it? You look up there and it's only a 4-point lead, but sure feels bigger than that.
Yeah. I believe Cowan coach Amber Huber has turned off the sash.
That timeout was just what Cowan was hoping for, and that'll be a side out, which means Taylor Young will go back. She's a senior, and serve for Cowan. Comes Wes-Del on the attack. That's Joy Tony with a nice attack and back over on 3, and that's just out of bounds in the corner. And Wes-Del will get the side out. And that one hits the net and stays on Wes-Del's side, so it'll be a side out. Right back to Cowan. Miley Williams back to serve, and that is just out of bounds. And it's a good thing we don't have the technology to check that one, because that was real close.
It was real close. Our student section is outgrowing the section that they're in over there. That's a good thing.
Exactly what we want, isn't it? And another line. There's a lot of service errors here by both teams.
And still, you hate to see some of your best servers go back and just airmail it. You just hope to settle down.
Cowan with the attack. Taylor Freeman with her chance, and that one goes out of bounds and no touch, so that'll be a side out to Cowan. And Cowan inches back in to within 2.
Our hitters are just getting in there a little too much. They're hitting the ball a little bit beyond their ears. Well, there's one she kept out front.
Oh, kept
really
alive.
Nice play.
Cowan scrambling to keep that one alive. And that finds the line.
Great placement there by Aubrey Antrim.
For a second, it looked like it was going to go out, but
it did, and there was just sort of a weird side spin movement on the ball.
Found the line. And another service error.
I haven't been tracking those, and now I kind of wish I had.
Well, it's a good thing that's not a side-out game anymore.
Yeah.
It'd be about 2-3 right now.
I've coached some of those games. Yeah.
And that one finds the floor, so Cowan right back to within 1.
And we've got the dangerous lefty back there serving that knuckler.
Yeah, Demi Abbott.
That's right.
And it just comes off a little different. And there's 2 in a row. Coach going to make a substitution and bring Kai Nu in. So it's tied up at 16. And that stays on Wes-Del's side. Over on 3. Cowan with the attack now. Tip, and
just couldn't quite find it.
Could not find it. And so Cowan fights all the way back. After that 13-9 Wes-Del lead and the timeout, now Cowan takes a 17-16 lead. And still the same service. And you mentioned earlier that you thought her serve was going to come into play, and it has.
Yes.
It's almost like you've done this before.
I've watched a game or two.
Cowan on the attack. And off the tips, kept alive, but not able to, after that second hit, And so Cowan again pulling away a little bit. Coach makes another substitution. And here comes that serve again. Over on 3. Cowan with the attack. That one finds a way over somehow into the net.
Yeah, it was a paintbrush shot.
Yeah, it was. Just barely on the fingertips, but it got over. And that'll be a timeout for Wes-Del after Cowan rattles off several points here in a row. If you're looking around and you're like, wow, it sure is a colorful night tonight in the crowd, it is, because it's Blackout Cancer Night. And here is our first ticket. And I don't have any green ones, so I'm out of this one, so we can keep talking. That's our new athletic director, Dave Merica. Yes, you heard me right. It's Merica. And he's got a great last name, especially right around the 4th of July.
He does. And a big volleyball background. His daughters played more than just volleyball, but they were very good volleyball players up at Western High School.
Excuse me as I check my ticket. I know.
You know, I think Coach Stanley was really trying to avoid calling that timeout. A lot of that movement in the backcourt, and she's using libero Kai Nu and Diaz Ansley Draper, you know, back and forth, send one in, bring one out, send one in. She's trying to give them a new look, trying to disrupt the look a little bit back there, but it hasn't had a big effect on Demi Abbott.
Nice. Really a scramble play there by Wes-Del to somehow keep that off the wall. Let's see if they can get the point. They do. And those are sometimes game changers right there. A sloppy play that turns into your favor. I don't want to say sloppy, a scramble play almost. But no matter what, if you're Cowan, you're thinking, we got to get this point, and then you don't.
Absolutely. And that can really fire up a team. And in a close set like this, that can lead to a run on our side as well.
Over on 2.
There we go.
Cut him off guard. And right back in it is Wes-Del with a 18-19 deficit. And if I remember right, I think Layla rattled a few off for us last time she came in to serve. Nice serve, and there's an ace. And both teams, both coaches only have one timeout left. So you're going to have to play through some of this.
That was a real tricky swing that Presley Durr had, too, because for a right-hander, you know, I talked about Cowan's setter, Demi Abbott, being left-handed, which that ball's coming at you from behind you. That's easy to turn on that as a left-handed setter, but for Presley to do that as a righty, that's tough.
Almost found the floor, but Cowan scrambles back.
You love it when they give you a free ball.
And Cowan on the attack, tips it to the back, still live. Taylor on 3. Still alive. Longest volley of the night, I think.
Yes.
And that finds the floor, and here comes your old first to 20 rule, and we, as Wes-Del, falls right into place and finds the back corner there, and that allows Wes-Del to get the 20-19 lead. And coaches, as you watch a lot of volleyball, yell first to 20. That's going to be 4. But that is, now it's tied at 20.
And there you see that quick left-handed swing. So the important thing here right now is this pass.
Nice pass.
On the money.
And that's going to be long, so Wes-Del will take the lead.
It's a big point right there.
Now if you can string together a couple of points, you really put the pressure on the other team. We got senior Taylor Freeman back to serve here.
Really
There
strong serve.
She has the last couple. I watched the last time she got back there to serve and was really attacking. And there's a timeout. The last timeout that Cowan will have. They will take their final timeout. We'll take a short break and be right back with you here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Here we are back, raffling off some prizes. There were a whole bunch of baskets and different gift certificates and gift cards out there.
How'd you do, Coach? Did you have a winner there?
I can't find my tickets and see them well enough to know. So I may have won and not even know it. I might go home with the prize. Another nice
Strong
serve out there.
out of a timeout, yeah.
Love to get this point if you're Wes-Del. If you're Cowan, you feel like this is a big point. Just short.
A little too delicate.
Cowan gets the point and stays right there within contention at 22-21 for Wes-Del.
Beautiful set right there. Beautiful.
Yeah. Kept alive, though, by Cowan. And there's a tip. Now it's back and forth. Played in the back row by Taylor. Joy with a nice swing. Cowan off the block. And that's going to be out of bounds, so Wes-Del will get the point. Two teams here, MEC rivals, also Delaware County rivals, also both teams with state championships. And Wes-Del will pull within 1 point of winning set number one here with a 24-21 lead. There's a nice serve. Wes-Del see if they can put it away here. Antrim with the chance. And in the net is Cowan. So Wes-Del takes set number one, 25-21. We were just talking earlier about Coach Van Meter and all the things he means to Wes-Del. Well, he was named Grand Marshal this year, and we have the video here that we'd love to show you. So here's the video from this last week's pep session where Brandon Van Meter won the Wes-Del High School Grand Marshal.
Coach Van Meter is strong, always wanting to help others, and just such a kind person.
The impact Van Meter has made on my life is tremendous. He pushes me to the best of my abilities to get faster, stronger, and I wouldn't be the athlete I am today without Van Meter's help.
Say there are a lot of things that I admire about you. One of those being that you're based in family so much, and that how much that means to you. That's helped lay the foundation of the person you are. Whether you're talking about Paige and Logan and Kennedy, or stories about your brother, or your mom and dad, or your aunts and uncles or grandparents, they have all helped lay this foundation to make you the great person that you are. And I can feel that when we are together and talking.
Coach Van Meter has taught me how to be strong and always fight through and keep working.
Coach Van Meter has made such a big impact on me and so many other young individuals at Wes-Del by making us both stronger physically and mentally and helping us through really hard challenges. I know this past summer so much was going on, and every time I stepped into the weight room I felt at home.
You're just a great teacher. Who would have thought 5 years ago that you would find out that teaching is the direction you were going to go? And if no one has told you, it's what you're supposed to be doing. It's you're great at it, and it's a real tribute to you that kids flock to you and kids want to be in your class. It's because you give them a voice and you listen and you make them feel important. Congratulations, buddy. And from me and all of Wes-Del and parts beyond, we love you, buddy.
that's a Grand Marshal video, and congratulations to strength and conditioning coach Brandon Van Meter for winning this year's Grand Marshal. That means he rode in last Friday's parade for the homecoming, got to throw out candy, and he also didn't know he was going to do all that stuff, so he found out at the pep session. It's kind of the tradition here, and you find out, and then you get to go and ride in the parade, throw out candy, and go to the football game that night. They call you out at some point, I think between first quarter or halftime, and all that good stuff. So congratulations to Coach Van Meter, and obviously we're continuing tonight to be all about him. And some point we're hoping maybe we can get him up here, and he's on baby duty right now, so we'll see. Presley Durr is going to start set number 2 with a nice serve. Cowan plays over on 3. You'd like to see Wes-Del take a tag. Joy Tony with a nice swing. And she's able to put that one away off the block. So Wes-Del takes that first set right here at home. Another nice serve. Over on, nice tip by the setter to catch Wes-Del off guard a little bit and find that back row and find the floor.
Those darn lefties.
Tip, and that one comes right back. That close to the net, it's hard to get it up and over the block. And that time we just weren't able to do it.
I think I had one lefty setter here at Wes-Del in my 15 years. It was Sammy Russell, and who is right now a first-year elementary school teacher at Wes-Del Elementary. And it was so uncommon for us to have that left-handed setter. We called her the unicorn.
The ball comes off a little different when it's coming from a lefty.
It really does, and I mean it
takes some getting used to.
I started calling her that at a young age, and then it just became her name for me. I'd say, unicorn, come on over here.
And that one's going to go out of bounds, so Wes-Del able to get the side out and inch a little bit closer to that 2-3 deficit for the Warriors. Joy Tony back to serve.
How often is it that the person that got the kill goes back to serve next? It just seems like it always happens.
Nice.
It's like in
Strong
baseball,
serve.
you know, he made the catch and now he bats.
Still alive, able to keep it, but not before it goes out of bounds. And it'll be a side out to Cowan and 4-2 lead.
I like that Presley stays aggressive in the setting position and aggressive putting that ball back over the net, because she doesn't do it too often. Keeps everybody on their toes on the other side. I mean, I've had setters that, you know, would rather eat liver and onions than dump the ball over the net. But when they did, it was really effective because nobody in the gym thought it would happen. Apologies to those who may like liver and onions.
You didn't hurt my feelings. Aubrey Antrim with the chance. Cowan starting to play a little better defense, at least in the last couple points here. And it results in a 6-2 lead. I think Coach is talking about communication down there.
And you like seeing your kids swing at the ball, and that's we're not sending a ton of free balls over right now early in this second set. Mick Haley, the legendary college volleyball coach, always preached the team that gets the most swings wins the most matches.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yep.
Oh, that one rolls down the
Nice.
line, but stays on Cowan's side, and Wes-Del needed that point.
And that goes with the theory. Sometimes you hit it into the block just to get the ball back and take another swing.
Cowan over on 3. Comes the attack from Wes-Del. Going to go back row this time, and just long.
They may want to think about setting Joy all the way back at that end line.
Yeah, when she gets those and figures that out a little better, and she talked herself right into what she mistaked, so she knows what she's got to fix there.
Yeah.
That's going to be nice. See some dignitaries there in the corner. Just out of bounds, and Wes-Del will take it.
Now, you saw something there with both Ansley Draper and Joy Tony that you don't always see in our backcourt. Two players chasing after that ball, even though they believe it's going out. And that's progress right there. Don't turn and hope. Turn and run. Chase.
Layla Carmichael back to serve. And that found the floor. Number 6, Awen Glaze back to serve for the Blackhawks.
That was a really nice serve and even a better pass.
Cowan keeps it alive. They're going to go, and that's out of bounds, so that'll be a side out to Wes-Del. And Taylor Freeman, who's had a good night serving. I probably shouldn't have said that, but she's had a good night serving.
Shame on you.
Sorry, Taylor. I won't say it again. Substitution now and to serve. And that's played off. That was going to hit the line, and Ainsley Draper just not able to get there and get that one. So an ace for Wes-Del. Aiden Morgan coming in to serve, and you can see why. Two nice serves. One caught that right line, and then the other one is a nice hard serve to the back line. And if you're Wes-Del, you desperately want to get this point, and that one.
She is serving a solid ball.
You see why they brought her in to serve. And that's pushed back to the back row, and now another point for Wes-Del. And Coach Stanley needs a timeout. She's going to call one. With Wes-Del trailing in the second set after picking up the first set, they're trailing 5-12. Not out of hand. It's still early, so probably a good timeout. Like you and I have both talked about before, we probably waited too long sometimes. Still passing out prizes. All kinds of good stuff out there in the hallway. They had cookies. They had prize baskets, all kinds of good things.
I was walking past when they were pulling those cookies out of the oven.
Yes.
And they had them all laid out there on trays, and they were taking them, spatula off the tray. And that smell was kind of, oh, gee whiz. I resisted, but it was tough.
So if you're trying to catch the Wes-Del football Warriors this week, you're going to need to get in your car and drive to Southern Wells. That's where they'll be. They'll be playing there. Just down the road. Just keep driving till you get in the middle of nowhere and you'll find Southern Wells. Side out. We got it in the net. Just barely on the block there was Tori Ward. Southern Wells has a nice volleyball player, I believe, right?
Yes, they do. Abby Powell.
She's a good player.
Coach's daughter. Taller than the coach. She's about 6 foot, 6'1", 15-year-old.
Last time I saw her play, I thought she was really going to be something special.
Her mother, Whitney, was a very stellar player at Delta High School.
This is rallied off a bunch of serves here. We could really use this point, but a nice block by Cowan. Presley's going to get a chance. And here Cowan comes over, and that still alive. Block Now it's turned into a back and forth here. Over on 3. And out of bounds, and Wes-Del needed that one.
I think so.
They needed to get out of that rotation because the service was really working for Aiden Morgan. Well, let's see if Kai New can get a few points here in a row. See if she can dig her way back into this and still alive, but not so much, says Cowan, and they're the first to 15. So Wes-Del trailing in this second set 15-6 after taking the first set. That'll bring in Taylor Young, senior, to come in to serve for Cowan.
That was one of those plays with Kai's serve there that it's a quarter of an inch from being an ace and turns out is a point for the other team. It's an oops, look what I did.
Cowan seems to be playing a little better this set than they did last set. You know, one of the things that they're not doing is making as many service errors.
Correct.
And it's tended to allow them to rally off a few more points. I tried to talk them into one, but they didn't listen to me. 17-6.
The jinx only works on the home.
I guess so.
On your own team, I guess. Yeah, they had maybe 5-6 service errors last set, and then they would just stop any momentum they had. This set, not making those mistakes, and we're out there making our own.
There's a nice play to go cross court by Antrim to get the point, and Wes-Del desperately needed that one. A couple substitutions coming in for both teams. Sorry, just for one, I guess. Nice hard serve. Wes-Del needs to take advantage here. Over to Joy. She rolls it, but it's blocked right back into Wes-Del, and that'll be a point for Cowan. So Cowan really taking control of this second set. And blocked again, or maybe not, but at least, nevertheless, point for Cowan. 19-7.
I do like that we're staying aggressive. We're not just
and that's going to be out.
Playing patty cake out there. The one thing I never liked about games like this is you lose the fans too. They get bored. They get tired. You're too far behind for them.
Yes.
Where the best thing for you would be for them to try to rally you, but they don't quite see it that way.
Yeah, sometimes cheer sections don't always realize those are the more important games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great to cheer us when we're winning. That's awesome too, but Cowan's still on the attack. Over somehow, but out of bounds. Oh, boy, they're inbounds right in front of the up official, so there comes the crowd.
Yeah, the Cowan players didn't quite agree with that. Line judge called it in. R1 called it in.
Move on, I guess, right?
I guess so.
See if Cowan can get it over, and they do. Wes-Del like to attack before they get reset. Found its way over. And that one hits the antenna or goes behind the antenna.
Pushed it out a little too far. Just a hair.
Another substitution in, and this is Demi Abbott back to serve again for Cowan. I have had quarters or halves and probably sets like this for you where you just, let's just get this one over.
Right, right. I can tell you exactly what Coach Stanley's thinking right now. Get to 10.
Yeah.
get to double figures.
Right.
Because it just doesn't feel as bad if you can get to double figures. Now, a lot of times those matches were against Yorktown, but it was just get to double figures. And then, we can hang our hat on that, forget about it. We're not going to watch that tape. Let's go out and play now. It's 1-1.
Right.
We're still even. We're not behind. Let's go out and win this next one.
I watched a lot of your teams play, though, where you were on the other end of those and just putting it to somebody, and that timeout's a little different. Let's just keep it going. Just forward on. Listen, let's not let them get to double digits.
Don't let them get to 10. Yeah, those are the fun ones. And they're also dangerous because then you're afraid there will be a break in your focus. Somebody might get hurt. When we would play those matches, and they weren't real common, but when we would play those matches where it became clear what was about to happen for that night, we played little mini games. Let's get to 5 before they get to 2. Let's get to 10 before they get to 4. And that would help keep them focused.
That one will work.
There we go. The rare block by the Warriors with Tori Ward up there, not saying we're not a good blocking team, we just don't do it real often.
Here comes the serve. And still alive. Are they able to get it over? Nice
Great
try,
effort there.
but
Great
not
effort.
able to get it over. So 2 points away from winning set number 2 is Cowan.
We just keep getting caught creeping in off that sideline, and there's 2 ways to fix it. You either tell your left back player to get over there on that sideline, or you move the block, and we do have a taller block right now. You move the block inside and don't allow him to hit that shot.
That's out. No tip, so that'll be a side out to Wes-Del, trailing 11-23. And to get a little momentum here. Troy Tony with a chance, and that's just out. That's the right call, as much as I didn't want it to be.
It was a really nice pass. It was a really nice set, a really nice swing. She just didn't quite get her hand through the ball to get that top spin on it, but everything was good.
Wade Morgan back to serve, and she rattled several of them off. This is when they made their run last time.
Yeah.
And this time it'll stop as the tip falls to the floor.
Tori Ward really coming alive here at the end of the second set.
And that'll end it.
And you hate to see that, but it happens.
So Cowan takes set number 2. We're all tied up, 1 set apiece. Wes-Del won the first set 25-21. Cowan takes set number 2, 12-25. That's going to lead us into set number 3, and this is one of those sets that you're really thinking, like we talked about last time against Blue River, it's a momentum set.
Yes. The odds favor the team that wins this third set, and of course you want it to be your team, but you got to come out strong. Just statistically, and my stats are very unofficial and maybe somewhat random, but when you look at our attacking, we had roughly 6 or 7 kills in the first set compared to 1 or 2 in the second set. We had 5 service aces in the first set, really not any in the second set. You just saw our just our production was not there, and partially caused by Cowan's production and Cowan's increased play from an offensive standpoint. But at the same time, we've got to get out there and we got to pass better. We need to play better defense. We need to disrupt Cowan, and we're just not doing it right now.
Yeah, they felt much more comfortable in that. And again, like we both mentioned throughout that set, the unforced errors, Cowan kind of took those out of play. And when you do that, you're going to have to start making some plays if you're Wes-Del on that Wes-Del side. So To Cowan's credit, they lost the first set, bounced back in the second set. Nothing hurt if you're Wes-Del, though. It's 1-1.
Right.
You just got to battle back. You know, it's the first to three, so you've got to just find a way to get the second one. So
You got to ask yourself, what did we do well in that first set? And can we do it again? How did we keep Cowan from doing well in the first set? And that's what we've got to do. And I'm guessing Coach Stanley is reminding them, here are the things we did well. Here's where we need to focus in this third set, and we'll be successful. We know we can beat this team, so now let's just go out and execute.
if you could see behind the scenes right now, Mr. Executive Producer is working like crazy to try to move the monitor. He's trying to help me out. That's what he's trying to do, because he doesn't want my back to hurt when I leave, but I think his back's going to be hurting after watching him try to twist this.
He's wrestling with the
into
screen
place.
mount, yeah.
Yeah, well,
That's why he gets paid the big
he's
bucks.
a good wrestler.
That's right. I think he's satisfied.
The next time you will see us here on the Wes-Del Sports Network for volleyball is next Wednesday, I believe, right?
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday we'll be home against MEC opponent Monroe Central.
Oh, you say we're playing a conference match next week.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah. Warriors are at Blackford Monday night. And then Tuesday night, Monroe Central right here.
Yeah, so you're welcome to go on the road and catch them play. Blackford just down the road. You know, on Highway 3, you'll run into it.
If you do head up to Hartford City, I don't know if the Obie's Barbecue is open yet. Might take a trip around downtown and see. It is on the let me get my directions here for the challenge, the north side of the square in the Newberry building, for those familiar with the town of Hartford City. Otherwise, I would recommend the taco salad at La Palma, right there on Highway 3.
Also, probably in the top 3 Pizza Kings in the state, right there in Hartford City.
Absolutely. Not off to a stellar start here, though, in the Gaston suburbs.
No, it's not. It says 2, but is that right? Is it just 2? Oh, for some reason, I felt like it was 3.
It's just 2.
Okay. Wes-Del led to get this side out. Cowan's starting to move a little better and cover some of those tips and rolls.
They really are.
Over on 3. And played up, but not able to keep it alive. And so Cowan gets off to an early lead, 3-0. I'll wipe the floor down real quick. It is a little warmer. You just never know what you're going to get here at Wes-Del.
There's some heavy air, and I wasn't sure if it's because we're high above the court in the upper stadium level, or whether it's just warm in here.
It may be a little cooler down there, but there have been some nights where we've been up here and it's been so cold. But Mr. Producer and I had to huddle up. It wasn't pretty. Blocked there by Cowan. Over on 2, and there's going to be a quick point. So sometimes that dump right away really catches them off guard.
Yeah. And that's one of the benefits you get if your setter jump serves a lot of balls, because she's going to go up. She might take a blocker with her. So now you have a one-on-one game with your hitters, or she can bring that ball over the net. Keep them guessing.
And here comes the attack from Wes-Del. Pushed over. And finds the floor. And Cowan up 4-1 to start this all-important third set.
And this is a set you just can't let this one get out of hand. So you might call that earlier timeout.
And this is where they made a run last time, so we want to make sure we get this side out as soon as possible. Off the block. Chance for Joy. And
nice play there.
Tipped, so that'll be a nice swing and a nice point
And Joy relatively quiet. I didn't have her for any kills in that first set. I had her 2 in the second. But I'd like to see her come alive.
Valerie Clark's going to come in and serve. Joy will get a quick break. It won't be long. I can't imagine.
No.
And here's another nice point. So Wes-Del fighting back, right back in this thing at 4-3.
And again, I have that as Taylor Freeman's first kill since the first set.
Another nice serve.
And again, I do tend to keep distracted stats. Or somewhat accurate.
Nice.
Really nice slide there.
Slide and able to get the point. We haven't seen that much Cowan, but it was very effective right there.
It was. And their top hitter, Savannah Hall. And of course, she will serve.
And Wes-Del's going to get the point there off the tip.
Taylor Freeman becoming an offensive force here. Again, Taylor spent most of her life being a setter, all through middle school and then into through her first 2 years of high school. Started playing that outside position a little bit last year and is full-on outside hitter right now.
That went up in the rafters and had everybody scrambling, but not able to come up with it. So it'll be a side out and a point to Cowan.
Now, if you can go one and done,
Oh, good
just
break
like
there.
that with their best server.
Yes, nice break for Wes-Del as that falls right in between two blockers. And the side out into the net as the service error goes back to Cowan. Cowan's been about 2 or 3 points. Wes-Del get it within one, but it's been mostly 2 or 3 points this whole set here. Love to see Wes-Del try to come back and get the lead, play with the lead. So go over on 3. Cowan would like to attack at it. They do and get the point.
Just need to get those hands up a little bit quicker. When you get those hands up late, you're chasing the ball backwards.
Oh, just out of bounds. Wanted to find that line, but didn't. Cowan over on 2. Not fooling Joy Tony, and Taylor gets a chance, and the tip, it works. Right over the top of that block and able to get the points.
Taylor with her 3rd kill this set.
She'll go right back and serve just like you like. Get that point, feel good about yourself, and go back and serve. This time it doesn't get over the net.
I think Coach Stanley telling her, you got to push that back. Challenge them a little bit differently.
Awen Glaze back to serve for Cowan. And a little bit of an overpass there. It results in an ace for Cowan. And they'll starting to pull away a little bit here.
They are. They're slowly pushing their way in through the teens here.
They're 2 or 3 points to our 1, and you feel it start getting away from you before you know it. And that's in. Right on the back line.
Coach Stanley using Kai Newer libero again, just to kind of give a different look back there.
We'll be over on 3 here, and that's miscommunication. We got to talk that.
Yep, indecision there.
In that case, you just get it over. And so timeout here for Wes-Del. This one feels like it's starting to really lean towards Cowan, and so a timeout called by Coach Stanley to see if she can rally the troops and get them right back in there. Sometimes it's about, just like you said, calming down a little bit. In the meantime, we're going to keep passing out baskets and giving away goodies and all the good stuff here that you can win. So it's been a nice night. Again, you see the crowd, you see the purple, you see the pink. Both schools supporting, the blackout for Cancer Night. And it doesn't matter what color you're wearing. Cancer sucks. Doesn't matter either one. We don't want cancer to win. So that's what we're doing. We're all here fighting that fight for whatever we can do to help. In our case, here at Wes-Del this year, we're helping Coach Van Meter in his battle. But we've all probably known someone that's gone through it in our lives. And it's just something that if you got to attack it, you have to attack it almost like Coach Van Meter is, with that positive attitude. And he's really been a real model for our kids. So here out of the timeout comes Wes-Del going over on 2. Cowan will come back with the attack right in the middle, playing off the block. And that time it doesn't go over.
I'm not sure you can convince me that one attack went over the net.
We'll take it.
Or broke the plane. But, yeah, you don't say much as a result. You're happy with the result on their next swing. And you win the timeout. And you'd like to get some points here. Ooh, really nice serve.
Little drop serve there from Kai.
And that's tough for a player to go back there, haven't served for, 6 rotations, and then just drop one in like that. Too many times you come up short on that, but that was just right. Well, now let's see if she comes back.
Now they're cheating in a little bit in the back row.
That's right.
This time they played up. And that's out of bounds. So Cowan gets the side out back to their service, and that will be Taylor Young back to serve for the Blackhawks. Nice tip by Cowan. Overpass leads to bad things usually. And that time it was a tip right down to where no one was for Wes-Del.
Yeah, you've got your setter up there trying to keep that from happening, but unfortunately no backup for her on that.
Off the block, Cowan. And that one will hit the bottom of the net and be a side out for the Warriors. Trailing this one 15-9. You'd rattle a couple points off here and feel like you're right back in it. But you also realize you're running out of points, so you got to string together a round of 3 or 4 points in a row. And that's a nice start.
I'll tell you what I liked about that serve from Presley Durr is she didn't overplay it. She didn't overserve it. It was our focus. You knew when the toss went up that there was going to be good, solid contact. And she's in the locker room right now, I think.
There went the ball.
Yeah, there we go. And it was a nice measured serve. Now, let's see if we can put a few of those together.
Nice one again. So
there's
two.
A little bit lower toss, good contact.
2 points in a row. And you wonder when Cowan might use that first time out. Probably another point or two, and then probably think about slowing down the momentum and calling a timeout.
Low toss gets him every time.
So Cowan goes back with what has been one of their better servers of the night, Aiden Morgan.
She's been pretty effective back there.
Over on 3. Tipped, kept alive by Wes-Del. Off the block, and that finds the floor. So Cowan now out to a 6-point lead. Running out of points are the Warriors if they don't make a run here.
Yeah, we are going to run out of real estate.
That one's going over on 2. You can see that one coming. Antrim just long and no tip, so that's going to be a point for Cowan.
Warriors asking for a touch on that, but to no avail. You can see most of our mistakes are our own right now.
Well, we don't pick a player of the game, but if we did, Aiden Morgan would be right there in the mix for Cowan.
Right there, yeah.
Coming in and doing her job, which is serve. And there's another. When it's going your way, it's going your way sometimes. Coach Stanley getting a little more emphatic with the coverage right there. And
that's right. She adjusted her players back up to the net.
And they get a timeout here for Wes-Del at 21-11. Again, if you want to see the Wes-Del Warriors in action right here on the Wes-Del Sports Network for volleyball, you need to join us next Tuesday when MEC foe Monroe Central. We've got to be about out of MEC teams, Coach.
We're getting close. Well, we're sitting at 2-4. We're going to play, 9, I think, MEC matches. So we've got this one tonight. That'll give us 7 total. Monroe Central will give us 8.
Randolph Southern? Is that
Randolph
what I'm forgetting?
Southern.
Okay.
They're still there, and they're usually around senior night. So somewhere around end of September, first part of October. And I think that about rounds it out. I'm looking at the list here.
I can remember the last time they were here, and I saw something in that match that I'd never seen before. I don't care if it's little kids all the way up to college level.
Was that the shutout?
That was 25-0 when Emma Harlan served 25 points in a row.
Yeah.
Which obviously is a school record because you can't do any better than that. So
you can't beat it. You can only tie it. And it is unusual for that to happen.
Yeah. Well, you got to get them all in. First thing.
Yeah, mainly unusual, exactly, because your server might not hit that many in a row. She had a nice jump float serve, and
yes,
and it was consistent. It was effective.
She was also tired by the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when you're a jump server, at the end, by the time it gets to the end,
you had the stress of the match and a couple of timeouts in there, and yeah, it's tough to do.
And that one is out of bounds, so side out point to Wes-Del.
We won a 25-0 game earlier in my coaching career when I was at another school down the road. And I used 2 different servers in that, trying to give the other team a little bit more of a chance. But I took out one pretty good server and put in an excellent server. And 15 points for one, 10 for the other, and that was that. And I will tell you this, that server that I took out to this day has never forgiven me for taking her out.
I could remember watching the game 2 years ago when we were playing that, and what I realized, because I'd coached long enough and knew you, those seniors were 1 point away from you probably taking a lot of them out and putting some other, can get their clap and get but it got to a point where the crowd I think it got bigger than.
Yeah, it really did.
Sometimes it gets bigger than us as coaches, and that one you just had. I think you would have been in trouble if you'd have probably taken her out at 20 or 21. So that was a lot of fun.
Let them enjoy it, when they can. And the intent isn't to embarrass the other team.
No, it wasn't.
And we weren't playing that way, and those girls weren't, and would never play that way.
And there was a couple scary moments that the points could have gone, and we were scrambling and diving all over the place, but it worked out.
And I'll tell you, Emma Harlan can thank Kristen Brobst, the player I took out. Now Kristen Dyke, married with 3 or 4 kids. She's the player I took out after 15 straight jump serves.
Yeah, you said you'd never do that again.
I'm never going to do it again, and I didn't.
Wes-Del's up against it right here with 24-14. And trying to stay alive, and they'll get that point to make it 24-15.
I'm not sure we're going to get Brandon Van Mater up here.
I don't think so, but that's all right. He's got to be a dad first, and I think everybody on here will understand that. So
he's on a schedule.
It's not his.
No.
And that's out, so Wes-Del rattling off some more points to get it to 24-16.
I like the fight. The fight is still in the Warriors here.
Sometimes that last point's the hardest one to get. That's off the block. Cowan keeps it alive.
Oh, that was a great play there by Joy Tony.
And Wes-Del
and you make that play, you never know what's going to happen when the ball goes on the other side
That's
of
right.
the net.
Keep it alive. You got.
That's why you make that play.
You've got to send it over to give yourself a chance. It's a little wet out there where some of the girls are diving around.
Layla Carmichael, good server.
Yeah, she's done her job. Cowan's still trying to put this one away. Still alive. Oh, and off of Joy's head, and that's going to end it. So Cowan takes set 3 to take a 2-1 lead, 17-25. We'll take a short break and then rejoin you here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. We're back here to start set 4. Wes-Del down 2-1. They need to find a way to pull this one out. They won the first one 25-21. Since then, Cowan has kind of taken care of some of the business that they didn't in the first set. And they have played a little cleaner in the second 2 sets and won the next 2 sets 25-12 and 25-17. So Wes-Del needs to win this one to extend the match. Otherwise, it'll be a Cowan 3-1 win, and that's not what we're hoping for tonight.
And we need to keep our eye here on these first few points. We've gotten off to a really slow start here in sets 2 and 3, and it'll be really interesting to see what happens here these first, let's say, 8 points first 8 rallies of this fourth set.
Well, that looks like a good start, and it is. Nice aggressive serve from Presley. And that one's a little long, so it'll be a side out over to Wes-Del. I'll take number 13, Miley Williams, back to serve.
Both teams really still serving very aggressively, which is nice to see. That's what you want.
Over on 3 is Cowan. Here comes the attack from Wes-Del. Joy with the nice one. Misses everyone and gets the point. As Cowan, sometimes it's good to miss.
You can tell the girl with a smile on her face if she's swinging at that ball and missing.
Yes.
You know it was a good one. Joy just not quite getting her hand through that ball tonight, but she'll get there. Really nice cut back there by Aubrey Antrim. Did a nice job of getting that thumb down and bringing that ball back to the sideline. Looked great.
So it's 2-2 with Joy Tony going back to serve. They've been taking turns rotating her out of the service every once in a while.
And she keeps her feet on the floor this time. Doesn't go with the jump serve.
Over.
That was a nice job of staying in that play by the Warriors that time, but just weren't quite in the right position to make that defensive play.
And here comes a substitution in for Cowan. Savannah Hall will be back serving for the Blackhawks.
One of the strongest players on their team. You like to get her out of the front row.
Taylor brings that back to the other side of the floor.
Taylor Freeman, the most effective offensive player in that last set for the Warriors. Now let's watch. Does Cowan start pushing away? They've done that in the last 2 sets. Early on here, they get up 5-2, 6-2, 7-2. The Warriors bring it back, but they really expend a lot of energy trying to keep it close early.
Here comes Taylor Freeman again. This time she'll go with the tip. Tipped over by the setter.
Here it
A couple
comes.
overpasses back in a row. And get another try. Off the block. Cowan keeping it alive, and somehow we just keep tipping it back and forth, and it goes to Wes-Del.
Aubrey Antrim goes up, makes a strong one-handed play, and I think right there, her personal tribute to Coach Van Mater. That was all about the weight room.
Yeah, stay active, quick jump, quick.
And push that ball across the net when another player has their hand on it.
Wes-Del going to get Taylor another try. This time she'll roll it over. Another chance for the setter on 2. Taylor's going to get another roll. This one's blocked. She's going to get a third try. And that one finds the floor right in front of Joy Tony.
And she's in the right position back there. That ball just dies. It's not a strong attack, hardly any spin on the ball, and it just kind of flops into that area. She's not in the wrong place, and she's not making the wrong play. A little confusion on the floor right now.
Lineup check.
Not sure which side we're checking. There we go.
Cowan's coach asked for a check.
Yeah.
That's why she asked. She wanted to make sure they had the right server back there. And if she was probably hoping if she could have picked one that she'd pick Demi Abbott to go back and serve.
Yeah, yeah.
Either that or Aiden Morgan. Cowan now with a 6-3 lead.
You know, you think it's so easy. Just rotate around. You should know who your next server is. But I've seen matches delayed 20 minutes trying to figure out what just happened and who's the next server. One of them was a semi-state match. It was a 20-minute delay.
This one's going to be played right at the net here like we're in the pool.
There we go. You're exactly right.
Wes-Del gets the benefit of that. We'll take it. Ainsley Draper is going to go back to serve, and let's see if she can get us going. And that one's played off the back row. Over and out of bounds. And so Wes-Del staying, not letting Cowan pull away in this one, staying tough.
Great hustle there by Ainsley Draper to not play the ball. She chased it down all the way to the sideline, as she should.
Another nice serve.
Throwing some bombs out there.
Block, but finds the floor, so that'll be a side out to Cowan. Off the block.
And that's a penetration issue. You saw Coach Stanley push her hands forward. You saw Tori Ward push her hands forward and say, yep, I know exactly what you're saying. You push across the net, and that ball goes down on their side.
So Wes-Del needs to get a side out back here. Not allow Cowan to pull away. Still alive. Scrappy play by the Warriors. Off the block. Still alive. Taylor get a chance to swing. Long rally here. Still going. Over on 2.
Dueling setters at that point.
Who's going to win this long point? You feel like it's a tough one to lose, and it goes to Cowan that time.
Those are tough rallies to lose, and it's how you come out of those at 5-8. Now, are they going to score the next 4, or are you going to stop it right here?
Get to the back row. Now Cowan on the attack. Off the block. Still alive. Nice scrappy play. That almost could have been
It's a well-placed ball
push
by Taylor, but just couldn't find the floor.
Cowan keeping it alive. Living to fight another day. Tipped over. This one's going over on 3. Oh, Wes-Del will come on the attack.
We're getting Presley just a little bit too tight on that net with those passes. There we go.
Workout. And Wes-Del will take the point.
Gabby Webb had to come in at an odd angle on that approach, and then she threw her hips all the way back around, and by then the ball was just too low.
Taylor Freeman back to serve. See if she can rattle off a few for us here. Down 2. Off the block, and that finds the floor. 9-6.
And again, another timely point scored by Cowan. It's that perpetual 2 to 3 point lead. We creep up, but then they win the point they have to win. It's frustrating if you're the team that's trying to catch up.
Yes, it feels like you just can't break that 3 point lead. It felt that way for the last couple sets here.
Yeah, and as good as as many points as they were giving away in that first set with service errors, they've completely reversed that in these last 2 sets and continuing into this one. They're not making those errors. And we've been pretty good from behind the service line this set so far. We just need more opportunities.
I'm not sure if that was from the player sweating or from Bob Todd sweating so much, but either way, we got it wiped up. And that one was a little miss of communication. Both freshmen looking at each other. You want it, you want it.
Yep.
We both should have tried for it. So now here we are again. Feels like Cowan's starting to pull away a little bit. Desperate need for a point here from Wes-Del. Over on 3. Rare hit for the libero.
Oh boy.
That's in.
I was a little confused by the line judge signal there at first. But,
I was too, but we're going to count that as in.
that's right. That the end of that flag stick did not point up, so
I think that was you make the call.
I think that's what he was doing. Was he pointing at the other official, saying "you"?
Nice pass over on 2, and that one is hit right back. Joy with a attack,
Really
and
nice
she'll get the
touch
point.
there.
Nice roll. She saw the open spot, and that roll worked perfectly that time. So Wes-Del's not out of it here.
I think Joy's going to have to engage here for us to bring this back.
Here's going to get another chance. Off the block comes Cowan, and off of our block. Taylor Young back in to serve for the Blackhawks with a 12-8 lead here in this set number 4. And if Cowan is able to win this set, that'll be it. And Wes-Del would love to send this to 5. And that finds the floor, and that's a good start.
We're seeing a little more joy in our team right now, and that's what we need.
And that's a lot of times, coming from either a coach or a setter, understanding too that where the hot hand is and where we're able to go to, and you have to make all the people have to be on the same page, basically.
Absolutely.
I guess that's with any good team. And there's a good hit from Cowan, and they're able to get the side out back. I'll bring up Miley Williams, senior.
I think our answer to is it hot down there as well has been it's being addressed right now with the fact that these players are pretty hot and having to wipe up this floor. We need those, we need to put some of those students to work over there and get those NBA style mops.
Taylor's definitely taking her time too.
Yeah.
As a good senior should.
Smart girl.
Yeah, now tie your shoe.
Got untied first.
Over on 3. That's going to still be in. And that's out. So Wes-Del gets the point. And here's that 3-point lead, trying to get back under that again. With Joy Tony back to serve.
Yeah, let's see what she does here. Let's see if she jumps or stays down. I think she's going to jump. And, of course, I'm wrong.
Walked herself right into that serve.
Yeah.
And nice up.
Nice attack and even better dig.
Cowan will attack again. Another nice hit. This
Cowan
time
really,
not so lucky.
Yeah, Cowan's really showing a very good, a varied attack right now, whether it's behind the setter, to the middle, all the way out to the left side, a setter dump. A lot of variety. Now you've got your best hitter going to the back row, but I'm guessing we're still going to see some of that variety.
Back over. Wes-Del's not going to get that one. Oh, they're going to say it was tipped, I guess, because that was 4.
That was interesting. I was wondering what the count was on that.
I think that, as much as I hate to say it, I think that probably worked out the way it was supposed to, because I know that was 4.
And a lot of times we can't see it from up here because a lot of times the R2 will be showing 4 fingers to the R1 saying, hey, that was 4. But the R1 is the one that needs to call it, and he may just say, nope, it's not the way I saw it.
Yeah. So here comes Cowan pulling away a little bit. Now back to a 6-point lead.
They're feeling pretty good about their game right now.
Yeah, they're playing with a different level of confidence than what they had. And that'll help. But they played a lot better in the last 3 sets than they did in that first one.
Yes.
Layla Carmichael back for the Warriors to serve. Cowan will send it over. Wes-Del on the attack. And the tip will work.
And I think we've gone away from the tip as a strategy, but we've relied on the tip because our passing hasn't always been the best, or or our offense always hasn't been smooth, so it's been a tip from necessity as opposed to from aggression.
That was going to be close, but when it's close, you got to play it.
A really nice play there off the forearms to get that ball to be an attackable ball.
That's coming over and finds the floor from the setter.
We spent a
Jimmy
lot of
Abbott.
time out of system and getting further and further out of system as the rally goes, unfortunately, and that's going to leave, at some point, a big part of the court open.
Timeout, and no one heard it, but there was a timeout called by Wes-Del. So much so that 10 seconds ran off before anybody figured out that there was a timeout called there. Wes-Del will travel to Blackford on Monday. Volleyball girls will travel to Blackford on Monday and then play at home here against Monroe Central on Tuesday. So join us on Tuesday. Is that the schedule for the week next week, Coach? Then we go to Eastbrook, right, for the tournament?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
We don't have the draw here, but at some point this week, maybe I can pull that up on the coaches show and have that for you next week when we are here on Tuesday night. We'll be able to tell you who Wes-Del plays, what time, and we know it's at Eastbrook, but we don't know who they're playing. Or this is a new tournament too, so it's not like you're real familiar with the teams that are in that either.
You know what I'm most familiar with?
Ivanhoe's.
Yes.
Yeah, 3 guys up here in this booth right here that spent a lot of money at Ivanhoe's, I can tell you that. What's your go-to shake? You got one there?
I don't, and
Okay.
there have been times when I thought I should just work my way starting at 1 until I get to 100, but I like chocolate and caramel.
Okay, Mr. Producer, you got a shake there that you get? No. I am about 45 years in a row of mint chocolate chip shake. That's boring, I know, for some people, but
Popular, I'm sure.
I'll take it. And Wes-Del fighting their way back here, just won't go away. If you're Cowan, you want him to go away, and Wes-Del won't. So got to rattle off some more points here.
I think that mint chocolate chip is very popular on Friday nights with people crying through rom-coms.
Well, that sounds like a good Friday for me. I don't know.
Give me
The only thing in the last 40 years I've done is that's on the line. She stepped on the line, and she did. I hate to say that, but she did. The only thing I've changed over all the years is I added whipped cream to the top. I get real daring. And another nice serve from Aiden Morgan. She's done a really nice job with her serve tonight.
So Valerie Clark got a little bit of time, and Joey Tony got a little bit of rest, and now we're back to the usual suspects.
That ball gets on you quick when Aiden Morgan's serving.
Yes, it does.
Tipped over. Again, tipped over, and that time it finds the floor. And so Wes-Del down 19-14. Taylor
Setters
Freeman.
once again take the challenge. Who can dump better?
Yes. And that one doesn't get over, so that'll be a point to Cowan. 20-14 now.
Team's looking a little bit worn down right now.
Yeah, they look like it's hot and they're tired, and
they're behind.
And they're behind. They've been behind for 3 sets. And that takes a mental toll on you.
It does.
You just feel like you look at the score and you're always down 3 or 4. And that's a point. So Cowan pulling within 4 of winning this match. We'll make a substitution, Cowan is.
Delaney Gillespie into the front row.
And the miscommunication from Wes-Del. And when you turn and look over at Coach, she can't help you. That's you. That's one of those that you just have to talk as a team, and you got to figure it out who's supposed to be where. And again, here we are. looking at each other for answers. And sometimes you just got to figure it out on your own.
You see players getting frustrated, and the big thing here is continued communication. Don't get frustrated with each other. Let's just play this out, and we'll talk about it later.
Right. And there's the best thing you could do is bounce back.
That's right.
Get that point. So it's 23-15. Wes-Del with some work to do. Cowan with the attack. Played up. Over. And that's alive somehow.
The chicken wing.
The one to net.
And you know what? You saw Kai knew there after making that initial play. It was just get out of dodge. It was look up and run in the other direction.
Yes.
Which was a smart play. Just get out of everybody's way. Because you weren't going to make the play. You just made it. She looked at Coach Stanley like, were you throwing that at me?
A little sidewinder on that serve. Over on 3. Wes-Del attacks. In the net.
Warriors coming alive here.
Not going to go away. You'd like to get this to 20 and make them have to call a timeout.
That's right.
Wes-Del's going to be able to attack here. Pushed over on 3. And Wes-Del with another point. So you want to make them have to call timeout. Their coach over there, Coach Huber's just saying, calm down. We've got points here. Got points to play with, but you don't want to let it get too close. Wes-Del love to keep this rolling, and they are going to. And now it's 19. I think one more point, and you'll see.
I'll tell you what I like about this is the Warriors are going out and getting their points. They're taking them.
Yes.
They're not just saying, well, here's the ball. I hope you make a mistake. They're forcing it.
One more point, and you'll probably see a timeout here from Cowan.
So. Beautiful dig.
Wes-Del's going to have an attack
Another
here.
Really nice
over
pass.
to Joy. And that's just long. She's had that issue tonight a little bit. We haven't seen it as much in some of the games past, but tonight just a little long on.
Yeah. And
Again,
Joy, even
young.
now, Joy's out there practicing the arm swing.
Right, and freshman, but we'll continue to see that her game better. So this is it. This is Cowan's chance to put it away and win the match.
Really nice set there.
But not yet, says Antrim.
And that's something that takes practice there, putting that ball up on that pin all the way from the back row, giving your left side a hittable ball, and then your left side, in this case, Aubrey Antrim, transitioning properly to get in after that ball. That was a really nice play.
So Wes-Del needs to get 4 points in a row here to give themselves a chance to win this set. Still alive, over on 2, back corner, and there's 1 point.
Here comes the timeout.
Yep. Wes-Del feel like the momentum, but they just don't have any room for, no margin for error here, at least not for the next 3 points.
There's not a lot, and in Presley Durr, you've got a server that can run the table here or get a little too aggressive. So, the talk in the timeout isn't of the serve.
No.
If you're going to have that talk with Presley, you're going to have a little private talk and just say, get that toss right, take some time, put the ball in play as aggressively as you're comfortable. It's really about what's going to happen when the ball comes back over the net that you're going to talk about in this timeout. It's like R2 Bob Todd was out there doing a little bit of work during the timeout.
Yeah. Cleaning up the floor, looking for bugs all at the same time.
He is the king of pest control.
So Wes-Del needs to get 3 in a row here. We've seen it done before. Nice aggressive serve. Cowan with the attack. And that'll do it. Nice swing to finish. Yes.
Textbook, yeah.
Go to your best hitter, finish it off. So Cowan takes the final set 25-21 to win 3-1 in this MEC matchup. That will give them another MEC victory. That will drop Wes-Del down to
2-5.
2-5 in the conference. So we'll take a short break and then we'll wrap it up here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Well, we're back here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. We're going to wrap this one up real quick with just a few comments, Coach, about tonight's game. We saw some real nice things in that first set, 25-21. Cowan seemed to get their feet under them a little bit better after that and played a little sharper and made not themselves so many mistakes, but made Wes-Del have to play a little bit more. And they were just aggressive and able to find a way to get the next 3 sets.
Cowan got better after the first set, and it wasn't a good first set for Cowan. Maybe a little bit weaker than what they've played throughout the season, but they just kept getting better. They got more consistent. They made less errors, particularly from behind the service line. They just kept getting better, and they stayed aggressive consistently. Unfortunately for Wes-Del, they didn't. And they played a good first set. When you look at stats, you'll see the bulk of their kills, the bulk of their service aces came in the first set. And a big part of that is the way they played, and they made Cowan play bad in that first set in addition to Cowan making errors, but they just couldn't keep it consistent tonight. And when you got one side that's getting better through the match and the other side that's not getting better, this is the results you're going to get.
So Cowan takes it 3-1. We'd like to thank all the people that came out tonight to support Blackout Cancer Night. All those that were out in Wes-Del in nice force tonight, in a lot of purple, with a lot of people with the, all for Van Meter on the back of their shirts. And I know that I can speak for him. He had to take off a little early. He was going to come speak to us, but babies were a little more important, which is 100% understandable. And so I know that he would like to thank everybody. But I wanted to thank Mr. America, our athletic director, and Mr. Purdue, and all the people involved that were allowed, made this happen tonight. It was a great night. Again, the proceeds are going to a great cause to help Coach Van Meter with his travel expenses and all the things that come along with those treatments that he has to endure. And we just want to thank everybody. It's been a great night. Didn't go Wes-Del's way, but sometimes things are bigger than volleyball, and tonight was definitely one of those nights. On behalf of executive producer Mr. Romine and the Hall of Famer Biff Wilson, I'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight. We'll see you Tuesday night right here for Wes-Del Volleyball on the Wes-Del Network.